Today I'm going to show you how I make my homemade pumpkin butter. I had a lot of people asking on the last recipe how I made it or where I bought it, but I make it. So you can shortcut and you can buy pumpkin puree in the store, or you can get a pie pumpkin. They're pretty inexpensive. They're usually 2 for $5 at the local store. And so we're going to start by roasting it, and you'll want to cut it. Now this is not easy. You want to make sure the pumpkin's flat so it doesn't slide on you, but you want to get a really sharp knife and cut the pumpkin in half. And then you're going to take and remove all the seeds. Now you're going to save the seeds because you're going to want to roast them. You can see I've pre-made some roasted pumpkin seeds, and they're yummy to snack on. So I'm going to remove all these seeds, and then I'll show you how to roast the pumpkin. So you want to make sure that you get all of the seeds and even those little fibers out of the pumpkin, because that's really just not a part that you want to eat. Stop. Okay, so once you get both, I rinse my pumpkin off before I cut it, and then once you get it really good and all of the fibers and the seeds out, you're just going to take it and put it on a baking sheet. I lined mine with parchment paper, and you're going to put it face down, and you're going to put it in the oven, 350 degrees for 1 hour. Okay, right. This is what the pumpkin's going to look like when it comes out. So it's nice and smooth. You're just going to take all of this pumpkin flesh out of this shell. You're going to put it in your food processor so we can get it nice and smooth. And once I get this in, we will grind or blend that up, and then we'll start making the pumpkin butter. So I'm gonna sit it down here so I can really get all of the good stuff. You can see it's quite a bit of pumpkin. Oh, okay. And it's got a nice smooth texture already, but I want it to be super smooth. So I'm gonna blend it. Okay, so I've got the pumpkin pureed. And again, you can buy pumpkin puree in a can in the store and skip this if you really don't want to do this part of it. I'm going to add the ingredients. I'll put the recipe on the screen. I've got cinnamon. I've got pumpkin pie spice. I've got vanilla and apple cider. And we're going to mix it all together. Like and follow, and I'll post the recipe, and there'll be part 2 for the finished product. So you can see I have everything mixed together. I almost forgot the brown sugar, but the recipe is on the screen. You can't forget the sugar. Sugar makes it great. So this is the consistency. It gets a little bit runny, but we're going to put this on the stove, and you're going to bring it to a boil. Now listen, when you start to boil this, it's thick and it's going to pop. So you really want to have enough time that you can't just walk away from it. You need to bring it to a boil while you're stirring it, okay? Because otherwise you're going to have a pumpkin mess all over your stove and microwave and cabinets and everything. So you bring it to a boil, and then you immediately take it down to a medium low and just let it simmer, and to where it's not popping on you, and just let it simmer until it starts to thicken up. Now this is what I made the other day when I did the pumpkin baked brie. So you can see this makes about a quart of pumpkin butter, and you store it in the refrigerator. It should be good for a few weeks in the refrigerator, but this is the consistency of the pumpkin butter once it cooks down for about a half an hour. And you can decide how thick you want it, but if you can see, I mean, it's pretty thick. So this is great on, of course it was great in the pumpkin baked brie recipe. That was delicious, but you can put this on toast, fried biscuits, pancakes, just about anything. I mean, you could technically dip like bananas in it. I mean, you could use it for so many different things throughout the fall holiday season. And I make a lot of jams and jellies. So if anybody wants to see any others, I grow a lot of fruit here at my place. And so I'm going to be making some raspberry jam soon, some raspberry habanero jam. I'm going to be doing peach and peach habanero. So I've got a lot of jams coming up that I can share recipes for. And then last but not least, so the pumpkin seeds. I'm going to do a recipe. So like and follow for more recipes, because in the next day or two, I'm going to do show you how I make my pumpkin seeds. I finally came up with a recipe. I've been working on it for years, and I finally found one that just makes the best crispy, delicious pumpkin seeds. Here they are. And my family loves to snack on them. So again, like and follow for more recipes, and happy fall, y'all.